CardValet lets you turn your debit and credit card on and off instantly. When it's off, no one can use your card. Turn it on when you're ready to use it. This capability gives you one of the easiest ways to safeguard your card from fraud. And there's a lot more to CardValet. Alerts keep you aware of what's happening with your card, and you're in charge. Set CardValet to send you alerts based on transaction amount, location, or merchant type, notifying you immediately of potential fraud so you can take action. CardValet is a great way to help control family spending, too. You can decide where, when, and how the card is used. It's like setting an allowance, so your kids can use the card for gas in their car, but not to see a movie. CardValet can also use your phone's GPS to limit the range where your card can be used. If the card is used where you're not, transactions will be declined. Turn CardValet on to use your card. Turn it off to lock the card down. It's your card, on your terms. The CardValet icon on your screen opens the door to unprecedented control over how your cards can be used. You'll get access to powerful tools for managing and monitoring your cards. You'll see your credit and debit cards with us, and the deposit accounts associated with debit cards. From the account screen, see at a glance which cards are currently on, indicated by a green icon, or off, which displays a red icon. If details are available, you'll see a right-facing arrow. Touch the line to open card details. Touching the image of your card displays details about the card. Below that, you'll see the control for turning your card on and off. In addition to allowing or denying all transactions with the on-off switch, you can also use control preferences to fine-tune the way your card can be used. Tether the card to your own location by only allowing transactions within 5 miles of where your phone is located. Limit transactions on your card to a specific geographic location you choose on a map, or stop any transaction outside the United States. Another way to fine-tune how the card can be used is by limiting its use to only certain types of merchants. Enable merchant types, then turn the card on to allow transactions at the types of retailers you select. Enabling a threshold amount puts a dollar amount limit on card transactions. If you enter 100, for example, any transactions that exceed $100 will be denied. CardValet can send you a notification when transactions are attempted that violate the location, merchant type, or threshold rules you set in card preferences. Recent transactions will display a list of the latest transactions on your card. The linked account is the deposit account that is debited when you use the card. The menu lets you return to the account screen in one click from any other screen. Transactions opens the screen showing recent transactions through your card or cards and linked accounts. Messages shows you any card or account alerts based on your settings. Open our contact information, or find us to get directions to ATMs and branches. From the settings screen, you can change many of the security and account settings in your CardValet. From the menu, you can also securely log out or check help screens. When you first log in after installing the CardValet app, the account screen will be displayed. Open the details by selecting your card from the account screen. Tap the image of your card to see account information, including the status of the card and the total amount spent this month using the card. Under the card image, you'll find an on-off switch for the card. If the card is on, it can be used normally. Move the switch to off, and transactions attempted with the card will be denied. The card is disabled until you choose. This ability to switch your card off provides an effective new layer of security. If your card is lost or stolen, you can disable it instantly using CardValet. Control Preferences gives you even tighter control over your card, allowing you to fine-tune what transactions will be permitted. There are 3 types of controls you can apply to your card: locations, merchant types, and threshold amount. Locations allows you to put geographic boundaries on where transactions will be allowed. My Location uses the GPS function of your phone, if you have it enabled. Your card can only be used within 5 miles of your phone's physical location. My Region is a defined territory using mapped boundaries. For example, you can restrict use of the card to inside the city limits of your hometown. Enter the city and state in the search box or use the zip code. When you have the boundary you want, give the region a name. Change or delete the location at any time. Selecting International will disable your card for any transaction that is attempted outside the United States. Merchant Types lets you limit the use of your card to only certain kinds of stores. When you turn Merchant Types on, a list will display, and you can choose the types of merchants where you want your card honored. You can allow the card to be used at a grocery store, but not at a restaurant. Another useful limitation you can place on your card is setting the maximum dollar amount of a transaction. To create a threshold amount, select On, enter a dollar amount. When you select OK, transactions above that dollar amount will be declined. Alert preferences are managed much like the card control settings. Transaction alerts can be set to be triggered based on location, threshold amount, and merchant type. If you create location controls, you can also have an alert sent whenever a transaction is attempted outside the boundaries you set. When you select Alert Preferences, you can either select all transactions from the drop-down menu, which will let you know whenever the card is used, or you can set Preferred Transactions. These allow you to fine-tune the alerts to tell you anytime one of your control rules is violated. Selecting Recent Transactions displays a list of pending items, which are transactions we've received but have not yet posted, and recent transactions listed in chronological order. If you tap an individual transaction, you'll see details, including the amount, merchant, and location, the last 4 digits of the card number, the deposit account that a debit card is linked to, and any alerts that have been generated by this transaction. You can also attach a tag to the transaction, business, personal, or family, or add a memo. The deposit accounts associated with your debit cards with us are displayed in this section, along with the balance. If you have only a credit card we have issued and no deposit account, there may be nothing listed in this section. If you have multiple accounts at our financial institution, a checking account and a savings account, for example, there will be multiple accounts listed here. If you are using CardValet for a debit card, the linked account will be listed. Tap the account to view details. The Account Details screen displays the current and available balance of the account. The current balance reflects only those transactions that have been posted to your account. The available balance includes transactions we have received but haven't yet posted. You'll also find navigation to alert preferences and recent transactions. Account alerts can be turned on or off from here. You can also edit the values of the triggering account event.